And thanks for the organizer for letting me present today. I'm very happy to share my this work with you. My name is Benoît Corsny. Today I'm going to talk about this project called Local Minimum Spanning Tree Optimization, which is work with like my supervisor Luigi Adorabelli and a friend, like researcher of mine, like Jordan Barrett. It's not online yet, so don't look it up yet. But we hope to put it online by the beginning of next year, possibly, and submit it at this moment. So today I'm gonna basically, so it's a short presentation. So I'm just basically gonna try to bring the problem that we're trying to solve, like explain to you what we are trying to solve and understand, and state our results. I have like a method section, as you can see here, but I'm probably not gonna get into the details of the method. So probably just like stating the problem and explaining our results. And there's this kind of like weird picture on the right that you can see here. This is kind of like a teaser. I'm going to explain that at the end of the talk. So just like stay tuned if you want to know more about this thing, like person looking road thing. Okay, so let's start with like explaining the problem in what I call local optimization. And before giving any like a theoretical like definition or whatever, let me just give you kind of like a picture and an example of what we are trying to understand. So everything we're going to do is basically working. We're always going to be working on like the complete graph Kn and like some random weights on the edges. So here I put like integers just for clarity, but you could think of like, usually we're going to have like weights that are uniform random variables independent of each other. So you have this complete like weighted graph. And what we're going to do is just like, so we start with a subgraph of this complete graph. So like here, for example, H0 is a line. You could start with like here, so it's a tree in a way, but you could start with like a graph that's not a tree. You could start with a complete graph. You could start with anything. But like for the sake of the example, let's start with the line. And so what we're going to do is consider this line and then find a connected subset of this line. So for example, here we consider like S0, which is like those three vertices. And we consider like the subgraph of H0 on S0. And what we're going to do is do this like local optimization of like optimizing the weight of this subgraph. So replacing this subgraph here by its corresponding minimum spanning tree and obtain a new graph, which is going to be H1. So here you see H1 is obtained from H0 by keeping those two edges here and by replacing on this the graph by the minimum spanning tree. So here the minimum spanning tree is this H1 and this H3, right? So we have this new graph. And so that's basically what we're interested in understanding, this thing where like you have a graph, consider a connected subset and replace it by its minimum spanning tree to obtain a new graph. As a second example, we could have this H1 and consider a new subset, for example, these like 4 nodes, and then replace this subgraph, like those 3 edges, by the corresponding minimum spanning tree. And we would obtain this H2 like here. And we could keep going on, just like you could just repeat this as many times as you want. And just like that's basically the process we are trying to understand here. Okay, and so let me define this a bit like more formally in a way. So once again, we are on like the complete weighted graph, and I called an optimization an alternating sequence of like graph and sets, so H0, S0, H1, S1, where each graph like Hi is a spanning subgraph of Kn, so just like it has all the vertices of Kn. Si is always a connected subset of Hi, and then Hi plus 1 is obtained from Hi just by replacing the subgraph of Hi on those vertices like Si by its minimum spanning tree. So basically what I just said, like you have a graph, consider a subset, connected subset, replaced by its minimum spanning tree, and you obtain a new graph, and you kind of like repeat this procedure. And so from this definition, you might see that if you consider the weight of like the complete weight of the graphs like H0, H1, and so on, this complete weight is going to be decreasing over time. And because there's like a finite number of possible subgraphs, basically it's going to plateau at some point. So like at some point, like HM is going to basically plateau, and you cannot like, I mean, you cannot like kind of be stuck at this level. And so the question is like, can we reach the minimum spanning trees through this like method basically? Can like HM be the minimum spanning tree? And that's actually a kind of trivial question because if we have H0, no matter what H0 is, if you consider S0 to be all the vertices, then basically you have this H0. You replace H0 on all the vertices by the corresponding minimum spanning tree. So you just obtain H1, which is directly the minimum spanning tree. So the question whether this is possible through such process to reach the minimum spanning tree is not a good question. What's more interesting is like, can we control the sets S0, Si? And so more precisely, what we want to do is like answer this kind of question. So if we consider an optimization, can we control the cost of this optimization? And I'm going to define what I mean by cost in a second. So kind of like we want to know if we know it's possible to reach the minimum spanning tree. We want to know if it's possible to do it like cost efficiently, basically. And so in order to let me define two objects, so I'm going to write O plus for the set of like good optimizations, basically. So the ones that reach the minimum spanning tree. And for some optimization, so once again, like an optimization is an alternative sequence of like graph and sets, called the cost of this optimization, the maximal one-step cost of like a change. So so here's like the maximal weight of a subgraph we replace in this process. So let me give so like that's a lot of things happening. So let me give like a picture of what we're trying to do and what like how you should think of this. So once again, we have this complete graph, and now our goal is kind of like, can we reach the minimum spanning tree by using some kind of optimization? So here, the minimum spanning tree is this graph. I gave the weight of the minimum spanning tree just for information, but just like that's what we want to find, like an optimization that reached the minimum spanning tree. And now if you think of the optimization I just gave you like 2 slides ago, so this one, you actually see that we start from the line, we do these 2 steps, and then here we have the minimum spanning tree. So this optimization here is in O plus, basically. And now what we want to understand is like what was the cost of this optimization? And we define the cost as the one-step cost of each, the cost for each step. And so, for example, what's the cost to go from H0 to H1? So look at this graph, drop the light edge. And so to go from H0 to H1, basically we had to kind of like, in a way, pay like the weight of this like green graph. And so the cost for this step is 9, basically, so 6 plus 3. And so similarly, if you want to know like what's the cost of going from H1 to H2, it's like the weight of all the different green edges, so 2 plus 5 plus 1. So in a way, the cost of this whole like process is like the maximum of this cost of 9 and 8, so it's 9. So here we have like an optimization in O plus that has cost 9. And so something I wanted to show here that's kind of like interesting is that you could actually start from a graph and reach the minimum spanning tree with a cost which is less than the weight of the minimum spanning tree, basically. So just like that's just a remark that's going to be useful here. So I hope this is kind of I hope it's kind of clear. And so now let me just state our results regarding such optimizations. So basically, there's like a fairly universal statement. So once again, if we have like complete graph and we have like uniform edges on the complete graph, and now I consider like the first graph H0 to be any subgraph independent of the weights, because we don't want the graph to be kind of like bad in a way. Then it's always possible, like then the minimum cost to go from this graph to the minimum spanning tree converges to 1 as n tends to infinity. And so this converges to 1, proving that 1 is like a lower bound for this cost is kind of like easy, because with like uniform edges, you're going to have like edges whose weight is close to 1, and that you're going to have to kind of like go over those edges in a way. What's interesting is the fact that it's upper bounded by 1, basically, or like 1 plus little o 1. And so if I can, so this is a lot of results. So let me just rephrase it like with the setting I showed you earlier. So like, if we're trying to answer this question of like, what is the cost of an optimization in order to reach the minimum spanning tree, then the previous theorem is saying that if basically if your graph is large enough and the weights are uniform, then the cost to go from any graph to the minimum spanning tree is of order 1. And so that's like so that's basically our main results. I don't think I have time to go. Yeah, it's 29. So I don't have time to go to the method. Just for this teaser. So a way I explain this problem to people usually is that like, so an applied way to see this problem is that imagine you're like a city manager, city builder, and you have like your city, and you want kind of to improve your city, but you cannot just like scrap the whole city and just like redo it completely. You can only do small like local changes in a way, and just improve like a few streets and just like make it like better, like step by step. Is it possible to do like just like small changes and then reach a global like optimum? And so what I did is kind of like a representation of our problem with roads. So I'm going to show you a video. I spent way too much time on this, but I hope you appreciate that. It's going to kind of show this process of like starting from a graph, so like here a star, and it's going to find a subgraph of this graph and just replace it with the corresponding like a minimum spanning tree. And now you obtain a new graph, and now you find a new subset. So here you have like H1. In white, you have like S1, which is going to replace the, so we replace the graph on this subset by its minimum spanning tree. And we hope that eventually we obtain the global minimum spanning tree. So I'm just going to leave the like this animation finish. You see that in the end, you just get all the streets. Something that you can't really see here is that the weights are actually decreasing. So even if the streets are about the same size on the image, like the weights are all decreasing overall. But eventually we should reach the minimum spanning tree. And I hope this gives like a funny representation of the problem I was trying to study. So if you have any questions, I'm available now.